world of One Piece is full of amazing things. The different islands, the different cultures, and even the characters are quite interesting. Battles between characters are usually settled by their unique abilities and their mastery over specific elements of an established power system centered around three main concepts: haki, devil fruits, and special techniques. The use of weapons in battle in One Piece is quite common, and swords seem to be the weapon of choice for most characters. Other weapons include spears, sticks, axes, knives, and even guns. Most members of the old era used swords or variants of swords, such as spears or clubs. Whether it be Roger, Whitebeard, Odin, Shiki, Captain John, Big Mom, Rayleigh, or even characters such as Shanks and Mihawk, all of these characters made swords their weapon of choice. Swordsmanship has therefore been extremely popular in the story. On the other side of the spectrum, we have had little to know about guns and marksmanship as a whole. Despite the lack of information on the topic, some of the most notorious characters in the New World are proficient gunmen. This brings us to our topic of discussion today: the gunman in One Piece. Beckman is the first mate of red-haired Shanks, captain of the red-haired pirates. Shanks at the moment is regarded as the strongest emperor because of his portrayal and what he is capable of with haki. It is therefore no surprise that we began this video with his first mate, who is indeed a gunman. Beckman wields a flintlock rifle. Even though he has yet to be shown to use the weapon as a firearm in the story, we have seen hints of him being capable of using it as a firearm, since he used it to threaten Kizaru at Marine Ford. Being an armament haki user, he could coat his bullets with armament haki to increase their destructive power. We have seen what coating weapons with haki can do, as the Kuja pirates could destroy trees with weapons such as arrows. Given that these armament haki-coated bullets will be traveling at incredible speeds, it is safe to assume that they will have greater destructive power than the arrows of the Kuja pirates. With Shanks' crew being haki-centered, I don't put it past Beckman to have mastered the advanced concept of armament haki, which would significantly amplify the destructive power of his haki bullets. Beckman seems to adopt a balanced battle style, as he is also a brawler, not only depending on his marksmanship skills, but also his fighting skills, as he was easily able to take down Haguma's followers single-handedly, using just his flintlock rifle as a club. This means Beckman is skilled at both close-quarters combat and long-range combat. We do not know whether he has King's haki, but in my humble opinion, I do not put it past him, simply because, unlike most other crews, Shanks prioritized the crew's strength to be centered around haki, meaning each of his officials must be an incredible haki master. With Beckman being Shanks' strongest subordinate, I believe that he could have mastered the basic concept of how King's haki works. Beckman also has a very high IQ, which if incorporated into his fighting arsenal would make it easier for him to outsmart his opponents, and of course, defeat them. His intellect, coupled with his vast amount of experience, made Beckman a force to be reckoned with in the New World. This is exactly why he was able to defeat the pre-time Skip Eustace Captain Kidd and cut off his right arm. The next gunman that we will be talking about is Yasopp, the sniper of the red-haired pirates. Yasopp is regarded by many as being the world's greatest sniper. Pre-time Skip, he used a flintlock pistol, but later on, especially during the Marine Ford War, he was shown to use a musket as his weapon of choice. Early on in the story, Yasopp was introduced as having extraordinary marksmanship skills, as he had already made a name for himself in East Blue, before being scouted by Shanks, who was then looking for crewmates. Yasopp's fighting style is centered around sniping. Thanks to his extraordinary marksmanship skills, Yasopp seldom misses his target. Yasopp is so adept at sniping that he claimed that he could shoot off the antennae of an ant at a distance of 100 feet. Yasopp is confirmed to have one of the best observation hakis displayed in the story, as it was confirmed that he is indeed a user of future sight, and his capacity to see into the future was greater than that of Katakuri. This in itself placed Yasopp in a league of his own. Yasopp's epithet chaser clearly indicates that his bullets never miss their target. Similar to Beckman, I believe that Yasopp could coat his weapons with advanced armament haki, further increasing their destructive capabilities. He could also possess King's haki, as Usopp has lied many times about having King's haki, and we all know that Usopp's lies eventually turn out to become the truth. It would mean that Usopp probably inherited this haki from his father, as King's haki is hereditary. With an arsenal like this, one could easily tell why Yasopp is one of the most notorious pirates in the New World. Next up is Van Augur, the sniper of the Blackbeard pirates. With his exceptional marksmanship, Augur has been portrayed as one of the best sharpshooters in the series. Augur can fire bullets over tremendous distances with extraordinary accuracy. This was shown when Chopper suggested to Usopp that the seagulls flying around their ship were sniped from an extremely long distance. Nami immediately disclaimed it, since they could not see the island Augur was on, saying it was impossible for any sniper to do. Augur was even able to tell after he shot the birds that one of them did not die immediately, showing his immensely sharp vision. Augur uses a rifle called Senriku. The rifle is extra long in length and allows extraordinary long-range shooting. Combined with his eyesight and immense marksmanship skills, this makes Senriku a lethal long-range weapon. With his sharp vision, I believe Augur to be extremely adept at observation haki, and possibly even armament haki. The degree to which he has mastered those abilities is unknown. Augur ate the Warp Devil Fruit, a Paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to teleport himself and others from place to place. This could also be incorporated into his battle style, literally making his bullets invisible. He could also warp from place to place, enabling him to snipe his opponent from different angles. These abilities have enabled Augur to become one of the most notorious pirates in the New World. Before we talk about the last gunman in this video, I wanted to talk about a few characters that did not make the cut, but are relevant in the story enough to be mentioned in the story. First up, we have Vito, who is a member of the Fire Tank Pirates. Vito's weapon of choice are revolver guns. He showcased insane marksmanship as he shot and took down Bobbin, who is a heavyweight in the Big Mom Pirates crew. Next up is Gotti, another member of the Fire Tank Pirates. Gotti has a giant, 3-barreled machine gun installed onto his right forearm, making him a cyborg. He was seen using this machine gun to destroy cargo near enemy marines. Finally, we could not make this video without talking about a lady. The chosen one was our pretty Navy officer Hibari. She is one of the very few sharpshooters in the Navy. She wields a rifle for combat. She holds incredible long-range support abilities, being capable of disarming a whole crowd of gunmen while undetected. She uses Vegapunk's gunpowder modifying GP flower technology, flower bullets, allowing her to neutralize enemy guns by jamming their barrels with blossoming flowers. One of the last gunmen that we had to talk about was Aizu, the 16th commander of the Whitebeard Pirates. He was adept at sharpshooting, and is the only one in the series who has been showcased to imbue his bullets with advanced armament haki. One of his techniques, Dangirigan, involved imbuing his bullets with haki and shooting his bullets in a manner that produces a flying slash-like barrier around each bullet, generating an attack that pierces and slashes his opponent at the same time. This enabled Aizu to penetrate Kaido's tremendously tough skin by shooting it. He was also adept at using observation haki as well. The last sniper that we had to talk about was none other than Usopp, the sniper of the Straw Hat Pirates. Usopp is an extremely skilled sniper. Since early in the series, he was shown to have inherited much of his father Yasopp's exceptional marksman skills. He has exceptional marksmanship and is capable of turning slingshots into formidable and terrifying weapons. With his skills used in conjunction with unique ammunition, such as the Firebird Star, Usopp can deal devastating damage in long-range combat. In addition to his slingshot, he also has great skill with cannons and other forms of naval artillery, enough that the crew views him not only as a sniper, but as their gunner, responsible for operating and maintaining their ship's cannons and artillery, as well as using them. His skills include using the ship cannons and the Gaon cannon of the Thousand Sunny. Usopp had awakened his Kenbenshoku haki during the latter half of the Dressrosa revolt, as he was able to see auras of Luffy, Law, and Sugar, who were in the royal palace, from the Old King's Plateau near the Corrida Coliseum. With this, he was able to pinpoint Sugar's location and snipe her down from such a distance. His weapon of preference is slingshots. Pre-time skip, he used a slingshot called Jinga Pachinko. This slingshot was later on replaced by another slingshot called Kabuto, which had more destructive power and reach than the Pachinko. Post-time skip, the Kabuto was upgraded to the Great Kabuto, which greatly increased its reach, as well as destructive power. Despite the lack of destructive power of these weapons in comparison to guns, his engineering skills more than make up for such a weakness, since this unique skill enables him to create different types of bullets. These bullets can be used in different situations, thus greatly diversifying his arsenal. He holds so much potential not only because of his creativity, but also because his arsenal would become almost as destructive as that of the others if incorporated with haki. So if Usopp could say have a mastery over advanced armament haki, his bullets could become as destructive as Izu's, who could pierce Kaido's incredibly tough skin. During the time skip, he became a very good botanist, which is a skill that he incorporated into his arsenal, enabling him to not only create, but also use his plant-based bullets called the pop greens, which greatly improved his fire power. If he continues to improve in this field, Usopp could be the first character in the story to combine the concept of haki and the field of botany to produce firepower never seen before, with most of his lies turning out to become the truth. The possibility of him awakening King's haki would probably propel him to the position of best sniper, thus essentially earning the title of Sniper King, which is coincidentally one of his epithets. Well, let me know what you guys think about these characters in the comments section. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, as well as stay tuned for more content. I'll catch you guys later.